Hi, I'm sci-fi and fantasy author Michael LaVoice, aka LaVoice, in your head. And I'm finna talk nerdy with you. Gonna talk this week about flash facts and rumors. Now, with the release of Superman, this new movie that just came out, talk has already turned to what future projects the DCEU movies might have next on the slate for James Gunn. We know that Jason Momoa has been cast as Lobo for a future upcoming project. That's the best perfect casting I think I've ever heard of for any film, much less a DC project. But now, as we talk about what's coming next, attention has turned to everyone's favorite Scarlet Speedster, The Flash. It's no secret that Ezra Miller's outing as Barry Allen, aka The Flash, wasn't the greatest. It was less than thrilling and less than successful. A crap ton of CW fans, though, have always thought that Grant Gustin, who played the character on the CW show of the same title for almost a decade, would have been the perfect choice when it came time for Flash to hit the big screen. So this is why I was completely surprised today to see an article with the headline, Andrew Garfield. Yeah, that's right. Andrew the Amazing Spider-Man Garfield being considered for the role. Wait, what? Yeah, that's what I said. In a story on something called the Luxury Blog, which appears to be showing up in multiple languages on the same page for some weird reason. A writer by the name of Sally Rose is claiming that Screen Rant and Fandom Wire have both run stories saying that the Spider-Man star is being considered to play Barry Allen. So obviously, I ran to both of these sites and scoured them for the alleged stories. And you know what I found? Big fat steamy bowl of nothing. Totally made up bullcrap. But let's kick this around for a second. Ask the obvious question. Would it work? Would Andrew Garfield as the Flash even make sense? Well, the short answer is no. Yeah, the long answer is also no, but let's go through it. Okay, he can play a superhero. That's a point in his favor. Okay. He can also pull off being a brainiac with a sense of humor thing too. That's an essential characteristic for Peter Parker, but not so much for Barry Allen. The sense of humor was more of a Wally West thing than a Barry Allen thing. So I think he loses points there. I think the most obvious and glaring problem is that Andrew Garfield's 41 years old. He is too old to start playing a young Flash for the next 10 years. So, or more. That's more points deducted, especially when you consider where in the DC timeline the Superman movie's taken place. So, enough of that. Garfield is a bad choice for this, and I doubt he's even being considered for it, and this was just clickbait on my Fakebook page, and I fell for it from 2 stories up. But let's take a step back and look at the other possibility. Now, fans have been clamoring for a big screen appearance of Grant Gustin as the Flash for quite some time now. Could he do it? Well, he's got an obvious built-in fan base. That's a point in his favor. Gustin still basically looks like a kid. I mean, he is the John Mulvaney of the superhero actor set, so he's young enough to fit this new timeline, or at least young looking enough to fit this timeline. So I'd say that's another point in his favor. He knows the character inside and out, even though the CW show stole 2 of his best rogues for that goofy time travel series, Legends of Tomorrow. But he could still play Barry Allen and make it believable, so that's points in his favor. He does have a lot of Broadway commitments right now, and he might not be able to commit to a shooting schedule, so I think he loses points there. Oh, but wait, Gunn's already said that they're not committing to any projects without a solid script in hand. And as of December 2024, he admitted that Flash was on hold and they didn't have a script yet. So, Grant could still be available by the time they have one. So, that might be a point in his favor. So I guess those two kind of cancel each other out. And that still leaves a decent shot for Grant Gustin to play the Flash in upcoming DCEU projects that Gunn and Saffron might produce. Look, as long as they leave Candace Patton out of it, I'm up for it, okay? Nothing personal, Candace. You were okay in the first couple of seasons, but after that, you got annoying. By the end of the show, I just wanted him to kill you off. That's all. Nothing personal. It was awful. So, what do you think? Is Grant Gustin the obvious and perfect choice for the character to translate to the big screen, or is there somebody that we're overlooking? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, do all the things, merch links in bio, etc. And tune in next time when I get to be LaVoice in your head.